Welcome, I'm Todd Delmay. I'm president of the LGBTQ Council, and I'm here in beautiful Anniversary Park with a very special guest, Lisa Tumminello. So Lisa is a board member of the council, and she is also a mentor with Big Brothers Big Sisters Pride of Broward County. And we're here today to talk about My Hollywood Pride and the exciting things taking place here in Anniversary Park. If people don't know this, it is probably the best kept secret that downtown Hollywood has, that there's this cute little park, and there's some really exciting things that are going to be happening here for My Hollywood Pride. It's going to be the site of what we call our youth zone. So why don't you tell everyone a little bit more about what that is?
Yeah, sure, Todd. So the youth zone for our festival, the LGBTQ Festival, we definitely wanted to have it more generational. So there's such a need for support for our youth in the community. And this park will be the area for two types of zones. There'll be a younger zone where it goes from 1 to 5, and that'll be for the younger crowd. And then 5 to 9 will be like a chill zone for our teenagers. So it will definitely be a great event.
Yeah. So I remember when we first started percolating this idea, and you got very excited immediately. And of course, I think part of the reason is that the work that you do just in the community includes work with our youth.
Yes.
And you've been very involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, sure. So I'm a mentor with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and on a division that they just started the program not too long ago called BIGPride. And it's specifically for our LGBTQ youth. There was just such a need to have that mentorship and that defender of potential.
I love that.
So the Big Brother Big Sister program, I've been a mentor now for 3 years. And when you sign up, it's really only for a 1-year contract.
Right.
But that never happens. I mean,
right.
The relationship that's built, the mentorship that happens, the flourishing of the individual. Mm-hmm. You just don't want to stop.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, the city of Hollywood just actually gave BIGPride a grant.
Oh, really?
For support. So Hollywood is the place to be.
That's
for sure.
great.
Yeah.
No, I love to hear that. Well, what prompted you? What inspired you to become a Big?
Well, coming from a large family, I'm one of 7. With 16 nieces and nephews. So I'm so used to having the kids around. I don't have children myself, but I've always been involved with kids. When I found out about Big Brother Big Sister, I didn't hesitate. I always give back to the community for different organizations. But when I had found out about Big Brother Big Sister, I knew I could impact the life of a youth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and my little happens to be 16 years old. Mm-hmm. So it has been just an incredible experience, for these 3 years.
Well, it's such an important time of I want to say a youth's life, right? And especially if they're coming out and recognizing that they're LGBTQ, they oftentimes don't get the support that they may need at home. So finding an adult has a lot of positive benefits. What have you seen with your little?
Yeah, so with my little, there was it was that being out socially was really they were really holding themselves back.
Yeah.
And for me, I looked into different organizations, different events for LGBTQ youth. And that's when I ran into Equality Florida. Mm-hmm. And that's how I found you, Todd.
Yes.
So when I started looking into programs that I could truly get them involved in, that's when everything started opening up. More socialization, more conversation.
Yeah.
And it's just wonderful to see. And the best part is seeing the family embrace the changes.
Yes.
So it has been incredible. So when you can impact someone of that age, mm-hmm. but also get the family unit involved, where now it's just become such a better environment, just through education.
Yeah.
So it's been great.
Well, like I said, it's a very important thing for youth to kind of find that acceptance. When you first started working with Big Brothers Big Sisters, was it through Pride, or had you worked through the regular program of non-LGBTQ youth?
When I signed up, when I applied, because there is a screening process to be a big, when I had signed up, my resume had my experience with the LGBTQ plus community. I was a field chair for GameStop. So when they had seen that, that's when they told me about the BIGPride. And I said, absolutely, you know, it's what I do, it's my specialty, right? So I didn't hesitate. And when I met my little, it was just a perfect match.
Yeah, and was that 3 years ago? Or
3 years ago.
3 years ago. So
Yeah.
you've done 3 one-year contracts.
3 one-year contracts, that's right.
With the same little.
Yes.
That's great. And of course that must really, you know, continue to impact the youth in a different way the longer you're with them, right? You see sort of, you know, getting to know anyone, right? The more time you're with someone, the more time you spend, the deeper the relationship, the more the connection, right?
And then, you know, at this point, and in the teenage years, it becomes like, what do you want to be, you know, when you grow up, you know, what do you, so taking, you know, someone through that transition has been just so rewarding.
Yeah.
And just showing the world around us.
Yep. Well, I'm so proud of our youth, because I know that for me growing up in a small town, I didn't have role models, I didn't have people around, and I didn't actually end up coming out until much later. And you see youth coming out at a much younger age, which can have a lot of positive attributes, right? There are also some negatives to that. 40% of youth that are experiencing homelessness recognize themselves as LGBTQ. So there are a lot of things that we need to do to make sure that they understand that they are a part of our community, that they are loved, and that they are accepted. And that, I think, brings us back again, which is taking place on January 22nd.
Yes.
And that we really wanted this, and why we named it in part, right? The My Hollywood Pride, is that it really does belong to everyone. And we want youth to experience that as well. And that name, I think, wraps in everybody. And finding Anniversary Park and deciding that this was going to be the place that will be youth only, right? So from that 5 to 9 o'clock hour, if you are over the age of 19, you are not getting into this park.
That's right.
It is only for youth, but it's going to be a safe space. So tell us a little bit more about exactly what's happening during that 5 to 9 hour.
Yeah, sure. So in the 5 to 9 hour, and we do have teen volunteers. So we won't even have adults being the people inside the park with the youth. It will be strictly teen. So in the 5 to 9 hour, we are partnering with the Big Brother Big Sister program. They are organizing an art event, a mural of sort. So we want to know what the teens think about, like, what does My Hollywood Pride mean to them?
Right.
So we are going to have them express themselves on this large canvas.
Wow.
They can do a verse, they can do a word, they can put their name, they can draw a picture.
Right.
And the whole concept is we really want to be able to see their expression, their excitement, what this truly means to them.
Yeah.
And the mural could end up anywhere, right? It could end up in the wall of City Hall, maybe, I don't know, right? Or our office.
Right.
So it'll be great. There's also going to be a DJ stage at this end of the 1900 block. So they'll have music, they'll be able to dance. We'll hand out all kinds of favors, glow sticks. You know, that's always
fun.
a safe thing to do, right? Especially at night.
Right.
And then Pride Lines, they're going to help us set it up where it's so more of a social environment, where it'll be, like, to your point, a chill zone.
Yeah.
So good conversation. If you want to dance, you can dance. If you want to make art, you can make art. But it'll be 4 hours of really nice gathering.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I really see what's going to happen here for the younger kids, right? The 1 to 5 hours, 5 to 9 youth. But that really fits into a bigger picture. So we are really looking at My Hollywood Pride in being a real community event. We want everyone that has pride in themselves, pride in Hollywood, to come out and check out the festival. And we're going to have music going all day. So the main stage from 1 to 9 o'clock is going to be full of all kinds of musicians. We have the Gay Men's Chorus coming in. We have Joey Young, who is a fantastic singer-songwriter. Joey is just amazing. Kiowa is going to be here. Karina Iglesias. I'm forgetting the entire lineup, but it really does have a great arc to the whole day of this music and celebration, but also this connection with education. You know, we're doing things downtown to really kind of communicate to the entire community about, you know, what it means to be LGBTQ, what it means to be LGBTQ in Hollywood. And so when they can see our LGBTQ plus youth out and enjoying themselves and being themselves, I think that communicates a lot to the community. What are some of the other things that you're excited about that are happening during Pride?
Well, let's see. The 1 to 5 hour is pretty cool too. You know, so it's not just about the teens; it's about, you know, the younger generation. And the Art and Culture Center of Hollywood is going to set up an arts and crafts section where the kids are going to be able to make flags.
Oh, rainbow flags?
Whatever flag they want.
Whatever. Okay,
yeah, so whatever flag they want. Big Brother, Big Sister is going to add an educational element to that. So if the youth do want to make a pride flag, they'll actually show them the different types of flags. Because you know there's so many, right?
Yes.
And in that 1 to 5 hour, we also have Big Brother, Big Sister will be doing a jewelry craft. So they'll be able to make friendship bracelets.
Oh, wonderful.
So that'll be neat
Yeah.
for them. And then one thing that I'm super excited about is the Drag Queen Story Hour.
Yay!
So so we're gonna set them up on. We're gonna set her up on the mound here in a cool chair, and the kids can sit on the grass in the circle and just listen to the stories.
Yes.
So that'll be a great event too, and it'll take place 1 to 5. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Something else that people may not know. You mentioned flags. So Hollywood was the first city in Florida to fly what's known as the Progress Pride flag. So everyone's familiar with the rainbow flag. But a number of years ago, this new flag was introduced, and basically it's the one we're used to, but it also has this chevron of brown and black, pink and blue and white, and those represent not only our LGBTQ siblings of color, but those who are of trans experience, gender non-conforming, non-binary, and it really kind of puts them at the center of our movement right now. We flew this flag initially in Hollywood in 2020 during the pandemic. And then in 2021, this summer, we've actually donated it to other cities. So Dania Beach and Hallandale Beach also flew it. But our Hollywood historic flag is going to be flying right here in Anniversary Park. So again, it ties in the youth to our community, that they're our future, right? They're who we're thinking about.
And it's about inclusion. So it's you know, you think about the need for allyship, right?
Yes.
So, you know, to be an ally, it's a big deal, you know, and if we can educate families in the community to bring their kids to the event and meet someone new, meet someone different.
Yeah.
And that's truly like what we really want to happen here.
Yeah. Now you bring up ally, and you identify as an ally, and we are also grateful for you and for joining the council as an ally, to know that there is a space for everyone, and we need allies, right? I mean, marriage equality, adoption rights, whatever it was, we get these things through building allyship with others in the community, and thank you for being an ally. What does it mean to be an ally to you?
Pretty much everything. You know, you really can't put people in a box. You know, I mean, look at the melting pot that we have in our world. You know, it's everyone needs to understand it's about inclusion.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, people, you know, they just don't understand. Right. There really needs to be the education, because they don't know what they don't know, and the things of, you know, uncertainty scare people. And then it starts with family values, right? So if, you know, everyone counts, everyone. So for me, it's, like I said, I came from a big family. our house had every kid in the neighborhood, so
Right.
it was not just one type of person that was at
Right.
our house, so I really didn't grow up with, seeing that where people weren't included.
Right.
So that's really why it's important to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, did you grow up in Hollywood?
No, I didn't. I'm actually from Massachusetts.
Okay.
And I've been in Hollywood now since I came after college in '85.
Okay.
So I've been a resident for a long time.
Yep. And why Hollywood?
Well, it's in the middle of everything. So, things happen in Fort Lauderdale, things happen in Miami, or you want to go to the West Coast. It's so perfect.
Mhm.
You can go in any direction and have a wonderful time.
I know I
Yeah.
picked living in Hollywood for a very similar reason.
Yeah.
And it's actually a part of the council's thinking in basing ourselves here in Hollywood is that we oftentimes think about large LGBTQ population centers in Wilton Manors and Fort Lauderdale, or going south into Miami Beach. And it's such a great central place. And we're hoping that My Hollywood Pride really can attract people from everywhere to realize there's a lot going on here, a lot really good, positive things. This year at My Hollywood Pride, we're going to be celebrating that Hollywood has achieved a 100 score on what's called the Municipal Equality Index Score. Now, that's a lot of big words, but basically what it means is the Human Rights Campaign does a survey every year of certain cities over a certain size. And out of, I think, over 500 cities that were surveyed this year, only about 20% of them, about 100, earned a 100 score. And Hollywood was one of only 9 cities in the entire state that earned a 100 score. And it's something we've been working on with the council. When we first started looking at this a few years ago, we were at a 49 out of 100. And it wasn't that Hollywood wasn't an accepting place, but we recognized that we weren't making our voices heard and saying that this was something important to us. And so we helped raise that score from 49 to 70 to 83, and this year to 100. So part of our celebration will, of course, be of that score, but really it is just celebrating that there are people of all kinds that are welcome here. And being an anniversary park kind of reminds you of the anniversary of Hollywood, which is coming up on its 100th
100.
anniversary in 2025.
I think we should share the rest of the festival with everyone.
I think we probably should. And there are so many exciting things happening at My Hollywood Pride. I mean, from 1 till 9, we're going to have a main stage full of some of the greatest acts you could have possibly imagined, including the Gay Men's Chorus, Joey Young, Kiowa, Karina Iglesias. Just super exciting. And that's all going to happen on the east end of the 1900 block of Hollywood Boulevard. And on the west end, we're going to have a whole afternoon of amazing DJs, including Citizen Jane. And it's really going to bookend this entire block. The whole block, the 1900 block, will be shut down to just the street fair the whole day. So besides music, we're going to have all kinds of vendors and food, and we've got local organizations that are coming in to showcase themselves. We even have what we call our Circle of Pride Village. Circle of Pride is a program that we started with our local chamber businesses a couple of years ago. And now those businesses, just like a business expo, are going to be here showing off and really promoting their business to the community and showing their support for LGBTQ plus people. We're also going to have an incredible lineup of all kinds of educational opportunities. So we have Cinema Paradiso, which is going to be showing movies throughout the day. We have open dialogues, Cowba, great films, and followed by panel discussions so that you can really dig a little bit deeper, learn a little bit more. We're also going to have a display area where Stonewall Museum, World AIDS Museum, and Choose 954 are all getting involved in bringing different exhibits here so that people can really understand more, learn more. There are just so many things. I'm not even sure where to.
So
have I even
things.
covered it all? But we hope that you'll join us on Saturday, June. What am I saying? June. People think Pride's going to be in June. It's not in June. It's January 22nd, 2022. The City of Hollywood and through its CRA is one of our big sponsors. We're so grateful for them. But we also have the Hollywood Historical Society as one of our presenting sponsors. Through a grant, they are going to be here celebrating because our founder, Joseph Young, is known as saying that Hollywood would be a place for everyone. And almost 100 years later, we're holding the first ever Pride here. So we're really showing everybody that Hollywood is a place for everyone. We also have the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, who are also another presenting sponsor. They've really stepped up to support us in our inaugural Pride. The CRA, as I mentioned, stepping up as a presenting sponsor. We have a number of other sponsors, from the Chamber of Commerce to Big Brothers Big Sisters Pride, Equality Florida,
Memorial
Health Systems.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting somebody and I apologize, but we hope that you will come out and see all of our sponsors, support them for supporting us. And I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward to My Hollywood Pride in just a few days.
39 days. 39 days, everyone.
It'll be here before we know it. But
and visit our website at myhollywoodpride.com.
yes. And
you can also be a vendor.
That's right. We're still
Showcase
looking
your
for
goods,
vendors.
right?
There's still some vendor slots open, whether it's you've got a product that you're selling, or you just want to show off your business, or you have food, right? We're always looking for good food options. The website, as you mentioned, myhollywoodpride.com, and of course, check us out on Facebook. You can actually get tickets. They're free tickets, but you can get them through Eventbrite, and that too is found through links on our website and through Facebook.
Right.
Did we cover it all?
That sums it up, I think.
I hope so. We'll see you then.